Lead me by the hand and make me face the rising sun. Comfort me through all the pain that life may bring.
The pandemic has come across to humankind, not only our country, but all the countries around the globe. Yet, we have stood against it for almost 2 years now, and we shall overcome man's resilience over centuries of epidemics and plagues, have honed his effort to survive at its maximum potential. Today is one of such glorifying moments when kids out of their trying moments in their lives have stand rigorously to face the challenge of the times to gain what man has considered to be its glorious gift, that is to gain education despite the odds and obstacles that hinder him. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 46th graduation exercises of Rufino Santos Senior Elementary School with the theme Strengthening Quality Education amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
Let us all witness the processional march. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Rufino Santos Senior Elementary School teaching and non-teaching force. Lumusa Gisette Y, School Principal. Limpuasan Grace, Kindergarten Advisor. Cosmod Mary Grace B, Grade 1 Advisor. Abante Glenda, Grade 2 Advisor. Danganan Glaine, Grade 3 Advisor. Duhaylungsod Emerita, Grade 4 Advisor. Tagalugon Luz, Grade 5 Advisor. Gonesto Evelyn B, Grade 6 Advisor. Namindang Rhea, Subject Teacher.
Candidates for graduation for the school year 2020-2021. Abing Chabi G, son of Mr. and Mrs. Chapel Abing. Carmona Gilpo A, son of Mr. and Mrs. Freddy Carmona. Dizon John Glenn B, son of Mr. and Mrs. Glenn Dizon. Francisco Evan Josh G, son of Mr. and Mrs. LV Francisco. Humawan John Paul M, son of Mr. and Mrs. Edwin Humawan. Monkey Jr. Sammy B, son of Mr. and Mrs. Sammy Monkey. Moralde Dave Kisler R, son of Mr. and Mrs. Fernando Moralde. Moralde Mark Anthony P, son of Mr. and Mrs. Roel Moralde. Panal Oliver M, son of Mr. and Mrs. Aprilito Panal. Ramientos Ian Tyler C, son of Mr. and Mrs. Edmar Ramientos. Andam Kim L, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Maximo Andam. Bukol Crystal D, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Dennis Bukol. Camilo Hazel A, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Darwin Camilo. Dandoy Trixie Ann M, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Dexter Dandoy. Ibkay Armialin B, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Arnel Ibkay. Flores Michila M, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Michael Flores. Lumokso Jasmine Kate J, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Peter Lumokso. Sakin Brises B, daughter of Miss Cheripay Sakin. Let us pause for a while for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, Doxology, Regional Hymn, Lanao del Norte Hymn, and Municipal Hymn by multimedia presentation.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
imong ginsakupan, rupagan hinaulon di mulugan, poblasyon di mo ni esperanza, liangan alegreya kahayag mates, babalaya di maraw pagayawan, babalayan pausay puno di labayan. Ang kanyag sa kabulakan, kalimpyo sa tanang kasukan, kadalanan, kabukiran, kadagatan, sa katawan naghatag kabuhian, sa kanunay giampingan, nga magpadayon ng pagkamalambuon, Muslim, Kristiyanos, nagminahalay, maunga ang kalinaw, kanunay mitunay. Tanang mga katawan, nagkahiusang away sama, mga dughan puno sa kalipay, tungod sa pagbinatiyay, matatigolang na ang gugma, Muslim, Kristiyanos, nagtinabangay, nagkahiusa, nagsinabdanay, busa padayon pagsidlak Bacolod. Ang kanyag sa kabulakan, kalimpyo sa tanang kasukan, kadalanan, kabukiran, kadagatan, sa katawan naghatag kabuhian, sa kanunay giampingan, nga magpadayon ng pagkamalambuon, Muslim, Kristiyanos, nagbinahalay, maunga ang kalinaw, kanunay mitunay, nagkahiusa, nagtinabangay, aron Bacolod, musidlak kanunay.
To deliver us her welcome address, let us hear our supportive school principal, Ma'am Gisette Y. Lumusad. A round of applause for her.
According to Albert Einstein, one of our great physicists, education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. To our school's Division Superintendent, Sir Edelberto L. Oplinaria, CISO 5, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Rosemary T. Masisar, Chief of SGUD, Ma'am Maricar T. Ablin, Chief of CID, Ma'am Eva S. Edon, our Deputy APS of Bacolod District, Sir Rosalio R. Vios, our PSDS of Bacolod, Ma'am Emma M. Labunog, Honorable Mayor Judith V. Miquiabas, RSSES, faculty and staff, JPTA officials, SPG officers, Parents of our 18th grade 6 learners for the school year 2020-2021. Visitors, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This morning, we will be witnessing the 46th graduation ceremony of Rufino Santos Senior Elementary School in the new platform. It is indeed the beginning of a new era, wherein the power of multimedia takes place. To all the teachers of Rufino Santos Senior Elementary School, I would like to say thank you so much for your cooperation in the delivery of quality learning using varied learning modalities amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. With your commitment and dedications, we are able to produce 18 graduating learners for the school year 2020-2021. To the parents, thank you so much for your trust and support extended to us for the 10 months of receiving and returning the modules for our learners. Congratulations to the proud parents of these 18 grade 6 learners who are able to finish their 10 months of learning with the help of Mrs. Evelyn B. Gunesto, their loving and kind advisor. Today is just the beginning of your long journey in life. To all of us here, I welcome you all to this memorable 46th graduation ceremony of Rufino Santos Senior Elementary School. I am hoping that these 18 learners will continue their journey to learn more and discover the process of achieving their dreams. Mga mag-aaral, walang bayad ang mangarap. Alam nyo yon. Ang kailangan lang natin ay matibay na pananalig sa Diyos at magiging masipag sa pagkamit ng ating mga pangarap. At tiyakong sasamahan kayo ng ating Ama sa langit sa iyong paglalakbay. Let me end in these sayings. Develop a passion of learning, and if you do that, you will never cease to grow. That is according to Anthony J. De Angelo. Thank you and mabuhay Rufino Santos Senior Elementary School.
Now, let us pay attention as the grade 6 advisor, Ma'am Evelyn B. Gunesto, will present the candidates for graduation. This will be followed by the certification of completion by our school principal, Ma'am Gisette Lumusad, and confirmation of graduation by Sir Edalberto L. Oplinaria, our school's division superintendent.
As a grade 6 advisor, I have the honor to present to you 10 boys and 8 girls, a total of 18 learners candidate for graduation for the school year 2020-2021.
Upon checking all the requirements for graduation, by the virtue vested upon me as the school principal of Rufino Santos Senior Elementary School, school year 2020-2021, I am presenting to you, sir, these 10 male and 8 female grade 6 learners ready for confirmation.
By the authority vested in me as the school's division superintendent of the division of Lanao del Norte, and as the representative of Leonor Magtulis Briones, Secretary of the Department of Education, and having been represented and certified by the school head that you have completed the basic requirements prescribed by the Department of Education, that you have completed the basic requirements prescribed by the Department of Education under the elementary curriculum, I now confirm you completers for school year 2020-2021. Congratulations!
At this point, we will be hearing the messages of our DepEd Secretary, Ma'am Leonor Magtolis Briones, our Regional Director, Dr. Arturo B. Bayocot, CESO 3, our Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Edelberto L. Oplinaria, CESO 5. And lastly, a message from the Matriarch of Municipality of Bacolod, Mayor Judith V. Miquiabas, to the graduating class of 2020-2021. A round of applause for them.
Good day to each and everyone who is attending virtually present at this time of our graduation ceremonies for our beloved and very precious graduates for the school year which ends at this time. First of all, I'd like to greet the parents and family members without whose sacrifices, whose reminders, and whose participation in the learning process for our graduates have resulted in this culmination program. This year, your role has changed drastically, where we've always believed that the matter of educating our children rests nearly exclusively on our teachers and our staff. This time, you parents, you family members, you who are in the households of our learners have expanded your role and contributed to this wonderful day, wherein finally our learners are graduating in this culmination exercise. So congratulations, because this year has not been very easy, has not been a picnic for our teachers, for our family members, as well, especially the parents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and all who have contributed to the achievement of our learners at this time. So, maraming salamat at congratulations, parents and family members. Mas malaki ang role ninyo at this time compared to earlier graduation exercises. Secondly, I would also like to greet our teachers, without whose very careful review and careful supervision of the work of our pupils and our learners, this event would not be taking place at all. And so thank you, teachers. Your role has also expanded, in addition to seeing to it that the modules are faithfully followed, the assignments are correctly implemented, and the learners are truly learning. And you have had to deal with new ways of assessing the performance also of the learners. So congratulations, teachers, for enduring, for your patience, for your love for our learners, and your willingness to engage in a way and methods of teaching which are different from those which are used to. Assessment must have been especially difficult for you, especially since you were not able to see most of the time our students in face-to-face meetings, and most of the meetings, of course, were virtual. We'd also like to thank the local government units for their interest, for their cooperation, and for their continuing contributions to the needs of education, even as our children do not go to school. Your donations of material as well as financial resources at this time are most welcome, and your advice has been taken seriously not only by our teachers, by our school officials, but also by our officials in the Department of Education. We continually talk with local government units, especially in times of disaster, in times of great need for classrooms, for space, and for responses to unforeseen emergencies. Thank you, local government units. But of course, most of the congratulatory greetings fall on the deserving graduate. Each and every one of you is truly special. You are different from the other graduates who have passed through the portals of your school. You went to school practically without seeing your teachers, if at all. You went to school with your parents, your mothers, and your fathers hovering over your shoulders and seeing to it that you are able to complete your assignments. You are completing your studies at a time when examinations and assessments are different. You are culminating these long months of hard work at this time, even as you have to do family chores, even as you are distracted, and even as your world has turned upside down, and it seems and it appears as if we don't know what the future holds and what will happen next. But you have persevered, and now you are ready to graduate. And therefore, you deserve each and every bit of congratulations from us in the Department of Education, from your parents and family members, your teachers, from the officials in local government, as well as in the parent teachers associations. You deserve each and every single congratulatory pat on your back, each hug virtually, of course, and each greeting, which I am sure you are also receiving virtually. I don't know if you will remember this event many, many years from now. I have tried to recall myself who our graduation speaker was when I finished high school and when I finished my college studies. All I remember is that the graduation speaker was someone important, someone who was invited because that someone is supposed to give a message. What was more important to us graduates at that time was the excitement of the celebrations, the happiness and the joy of our parents, the sadness of parting from our classmates and from our teachers, and the enjoyment of all the graduation events that usually take place come commencement day. When I was a college student, we had a series of events which were designed to embed in our minds, which were designed to help us remember and not forget our days in college. We would spend one whole day going around the campus visiting the classrooms, saying goodbye to our teachers, and sharing memories. We would have bonfires to say goodbye to each other. We had baccalaureate services where we committed ourselves to God and we prayed for guidance when we go out into the world. So many celebrations, and the speaker, of course, is the least important and easily forgotten component of the graduation exercise. Nonetheless, I will exert all efforts to share with you what I see are things or issues which a graduate should remember and recall. I have said that you are very special. You are very different. You are pioneering. There has been no other class like your class. There has been no other graduate like you as a graduating student, because you are the very first graduate of the blended learning response to education in the Philippines. And so you ask yourself, what awaits you in the world outside? You can either work, because the kind of curriculum you survived and underwent as a student will enable you to go to work if you wish to go to work. Some of you will proceed to further studies, and this would be a wonderful thing because there are many opportunities for further expanding your knowledge, for further answering and looking for explanations of issues, events that make you curious, especially in science, in technology, and also in the arts. So you can work, you can go to further studies, and perhaps some of you will settle down, hopefully not too soon, so you can pursue what you really want to do. So today, this is why we call this exercise a commencement exercise. It's not the end of our studies. It's not the end of all our efforts with blended learning, with modules, with floods, with earthquakes, and of course with COVID. It's a commencement of doors opening to you. More doors will be opened because you are a graduate. You can work, you can proceed for further studies, you can help your parents, and you can perhaps look for opportunities to do what you have always wanted to do, whether at work, whether at advanced studies, whether at learning more in science and technology, in mathematics, and in the arts. All of these opportunities are available to you. More doors are being opened. I hope you will select the door which arouses your curiosity, the door which will help you know more about this world, and the door which will allow you to contribute to the development of our country and contribute whatever we can to solve our problems and our challenges. Congratulations once more to each and every one of you. Congratulations to you, parents and family members. Congratulations to you, teachers. When I was chair of the board of Silliman University, each time we had graduation ceremonies, during the baccalaureate, and during commencement itself, I would cry. I would cry because you are sending out into the world a new batch of graduates, and we want to be sure that what is awaiting them is appropriate. We want to be sure that they are ready for what awaits them when they select which door to open. And so, we tell you, go out to the world, do whatever you want to do. God be with you, and be assured that all of us love each and every one of you. Congratulations.
Isang maalab at matagumpay na araw po sa ating lahat. Mula dito sa amin sa Kagawaran ng Edukasyon sa Amihan ng Mindanao. Graduation, completion, or moving up ceremonies are testimonies of excellent coordination, genuine hard work, and great love. When the COVID-19 pandemic struck the world, hitting the various sectors including education, the Department of Education, through the competent leadership of Secretary Leonor Magtolis-Briones, firmly accepted the challenge to continue education, bravely wrestling with the challenges of the pandemic and unceasingly finding solutions to address any emerging problems. Amidst all these difficulties, emerged excellent coordination across all levels of governance and the different stakeholders, with the teachers at the forefront of delivering the basic education learning continuity plan. And here they are, our learners, who willingly submitted themselves to blended distance learning, painstakingly learning the ways of the new learning landscape, and successfully accomplishing all their academic requirements through genuine hard work. But these successes would not have been possible if not for the great love of the parents and guardians who have been selflessly offering their prayers, time, and resources. In other words, the successes of our learners, our teachers, our leaders, and the Department of Education at large, with the unwavering support of all our stakeholders, are products of our collective decision to succeed as one family. On behalf of the entire DepEd Region 10, allow me to thank and congratulate everyone for this great feat, which attests that DepEd indeed is on track. But just like what is said in our theme for this year's end of school year rights, strengthening quality education amid COVID-19 pandemic, we need to be on our toes. The COVID-19 pandemic is real, and so are other education emergencies. All together, let us rise from this pandemic, recalibrate our learning continuity plans, and continue to deliver quality education for our learners, the heart of DepEd 10. Muli, binabati ko ang lahat ng nagtapos sa taong ito. Hangad namin ang inyong patuloy na tagumpay, anumang landas ang inyong tatahakin. Pagpalain nawa kayo ng poong may kapal. Marami pong salamat.
Greetings. It was never in our wildest dreams that one day we'll be forced to close our schools to protect you, dear learners, from the pandemic. I know that what happened in March last year when we had to forego the commencement exercises after President Rodrigo Roa Duterte announced that the country was placed under the state of calamity, saddened those who were supposed to proudly receive their diploma certificate of completion with their parents who waited for this precious moment that marked as an important milestone in their lives. This year, Despite the health crisis that we are still facing, we decided to conclude the school year by holding the virtual graduation to recognize the sacrifices you put into the years of school work. This is the department's way of celebrating with you your success. Their graduates, completers. This year's closing exercises with the theme Strengthening the Quality of Education Amid the COVID-19 Pandemic is a historic occasion signifying our victory as we have succeeded in pursuing our mantra of sulong edukalidad and in fulfilling our duty as mandated by the Philippine Constitution, and that is to protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality education at all levels, and shall take appropriate steps to make such education accessible to all. Indeed, COVID-19 caught us off guard, but your teachers and school heads did not stop performing their tasks and finding ways to make education continue even if it means sacrificing their own safety so that you will have quality, equitable, and culture-based education that will liberate you from the bondage of illiteracy because they truly believe that you are the hope of this country. Allow me therefore to pay tribute to all DepEd Division of Lanao del Norte officials, school heads, teachers, and parents for painstakingly working day and night to ensure that you are given the opportunity to learn and finish basic education. This pandemic has indeed brought out the best in all of us because we have become more resourceful, resilient, steadfast, and innovative in our desire to deliver a strengthened quality education through distance learning modalities. In fact, the division managed to put in place programs that have improved our processes and systems. My special recognition goes to our very own Provincial Governor, Imelda Quebranza de Mapuro, Congressman Abdullah D. de Mapuro, Congressman Muhammad Khalid Quebranza de Mapuro, and all the provincial board members, municipal and barangay officials, the officers and members of the Parent Teachers Association, and all other government and non-government organizations for being instrumental in the provision of equipment, gadgets, materials, and funding support for the full implementation of this division's basic education learning continuity plan. To all of you graduates and completers, warmest congratulations. You deserve this accolade because despite numerous difficulties you have encountered along the way, you persevered and succeeded. May this victory serve as your stepping stone to become better in every way, to be more productive, disciplined, and to be ready for the world of work. And as you leave the portals of your alma mater, take advantage of the knowledge and skills you have gained to pursue your dreams and aspirations in life. And always remember, your teachers and all those who played a dynamic role of educating you with a heart. Again, my salute!
Masidlakong bakolod kanatong tanan. Akong pagdeklarar nga sa tanang higayon ang atong Dios maayo. Dili mapakyas og sa kanunay na higugma kanatong tanan. Dako nakong kalipay nga moduyog ug mo celebrate sa kalampusan sa inyong pagtuon ug pag-eskwela isip inyong inahan sa lungsod. Garbo sa pamilya, ilabi na sa inyong mga ginikanan, ang inyong nakabot nga kahibalo ug abilidad pinaagi sa inyong pagkugi sa pag-eskwela ug sa dili mapakyas nga pagserbisyo sa atong mga school heads ug magtutudlo. Ang tema sa seremonya sa atong graduation karong tuig 2021 nagkanayon, kalidad na edukasyon lalong patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya. Strengthening the quality of education amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Nahimong usaka hagit ang pamaagi sa pagtuon sa estudyante o pagtudlo sa atong mga maestra tungod sa COVID-19 pandemic. mas nahulma ang pagka-resourceful sa ato mga estudyante ug napasundayag ang innovative strategies sa atong mga maestra. Ako nasayod nga wala gyud nagsakripisyo ang kalidad sa edukasyon nga atong gipaabot para sa sunod nga henerasyon. Tungod kay mahigugmaon nga nagserbisyo atong mga tunghaan, hilabi na gyud ang eskwelahan dinhi sa atong lungsod sa Bacolod, Lanao del Norte. Dinhi sa Bacolod, atong gisiguro nga mapaabot gyud ang mga learning module bisan pa sa kahanginan pinaagi sa daily broadcast niini sa Grace Covenant FM. Ang atong gamhanang lokal kauban ang maabtikon nga local school board nangita og pamaagi aron atong mapaabot sa kanunay ang dekalidad nga edukasyon. Ang akong mensahe alang kanatong tanan mabasa sa 2 Timothy 4:7. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Kitang tanan apektuhan sa COVID-19 pandemic. Apan akong pagdasig kanatong tanan nga atong puktan ang atong prophetic slogan sa lungsod nga padayon pagsidlak Bacolod. Padayon kita sa atong pagkugi, pagpanginabuhi alang sa tanan natong hinigugma. Atong sayran nga ang plano sa Dios sa atong kinabuhi ug ato kining kabuoton pinaagi sa dili maparog nga pagtuo ngadto sa atong mambubuhat, our Lord Jesus Christ. Sa kanunay, padayon pagsidlak Bacolod, dalaygon ang Dios.
At this point, ladies and gentlemen, is a distribution of certificates to the graduates of school year 2020-2021.
Abing Chabi G, son of Mr. and Mrs. Chapel Abing. Carmona Gilpo A, son of Mr. and Mrs. Freddy Carmona. Dizon John Glenn B, son of Mr. and Mrs. Glenn Dizon. Francisco Evan Josh G, son of Mr. and Mrs. LB Francisco. Humawan John Paul M, son of Mr. and Mrs. Edwin Humawan. Monkey Jr. Sammy B, son of Mr. and Mrs. Sammy Monkey. Moralde Dave Kisler R, son of Mr. and Mrs. Fernando Moralde. Moralde Mark Anthony P, son of Mr. and Mrs. Ruel Moralde. Panal Oliver M, son of Mr. and Mrs. Aprilito Panal. Ramientos Ian Tyler C, son of Mr. and Mrs. Edmar Ramientos. Andam Kim L, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Maximo Andam. Bukol Crystal D, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Dennis Bukol. Camilo Hazel A, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Darwin Camilo. Dandoy Trixie Ann M, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Dexter Dandoy. Ibkay Armialin B, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Arnel Ibkay. Flores Michela M, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Michael Flores. Lumukso Jasmine Kate J, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Peter Lumukso. Sakin Brises B, daughter of Miss Charipay Sakin. It is nice to reward and give honor to the deserving learners. Ibkay Armialin B with honors. Bukol Crystal D with honors. Dandoy Trixie Ann M with honors. Dizon John Glenn B with honors. Moving on, let us listen to the selected grade 6 learners to give honor and tribute to their parents as well as their teachers.
Thank you, Rufino Santos Senior Elementary School.
Afternoon, the whole world suffered COVID-19 pandemic. Millions of Filipinos are affected from their works, business, and education. Despite from this pandemic, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Almighty God for always guiding me and education, to our school principal, Ma'am Gisette Lumusad, to all teaching force of Rufino Santos Senior Elementary School, to my classroom advisor, Ma'am Evelyn Gunisto, to my loving parents, to my mom for not surrendering to pick up my module at school. Thank you much and God bless.
Buntag sa tanan, ako si Tiksaan M. Dandoy, nagpasalamat sa principal na si Gisette Y. Lumusad ug sa among advisor na si Evelyn Gunisto ug sa akong principal nagahatod sa among module.
Buntag sa tanan, ako si Crystal Dibo ko, nagpasalamat ko sa principal, si Ma'am Principal Gisette Y. Lumusad ug sa akong magtutudlo si Ma'am Evelyn Gunisto. Pasalamat ko sa akong mga parents na nagsuporta kadang sa ako o pasalamat ko at human ako sa akong pagka-grade 6 sa tanan, labi na sa among principal o sa mga magtutudlo diri sa Rufino Santos Senior Elementary School. Nagpasalamat ko sa kalampusan sa among module of sa akong mama po na nag-guide. Salamat po.
This time, the graduating class of 2020-2021 will render us a graduation song, and this will be followed by the pledge of loyalty by the graduates.
Thank you for teaching me how to love, showing me what the word means, what I've been dreaming of. And now I know there is nothing that I could not do, thanks to you for teaching me how to feel, showing me my emotions, letting me know what's real from what is not. What I've got is more than I'd ever hoped for, and a lot of what I've hoped for is thanks to you. No mountain, no valley, no time, no space, no heartache, no heartbreak, no far from grace
On behalf of the Rufino Santos Senior Elementary School teaching staff, I would like to thank everybody for watching. To the parents, please accept our heartfelt gratitude for your cooperation. Your children's success is your greatest achievements. Congratulations to all the graduates and also to the proud parents. Thank you for sharing your precious time with us. Until next year, keep safe everyone.